Jumbo, fellow adventurers, happy Monday. Time for another spiritual tune-up. I'm answering your questions every single morning, 9:15 New York City time. Just post your questions below on Facebook or Instagram on the day of each live presentation. So post today for me to consider it tomorrow or later in the week. Today's question has arisen as a compilation of many other questions of late. I've touched on the answer before as pieces of other tune-ups. But basically, Mike, are you getting political now? Or Mike, when you bring up something like a life sentence that somebody just got for stealing hedge trimmers, aren't you helping us? Aren't you focusing on the negative? How do we maintain our high ideals and see life's beauty and rock and roll if we're trying to address the endless list of misery that's in the world? How to help others and still be happy yourself. Okay, so I've got a couple of little insights here that I think will help you with this really important, really awesome question. And that is first to get grounded in truth. I want you to realize that if you take action on behalf of others, whether it's bringing their pain to the attention of the world through protests or posting on your bulletin board or what have you, this will generally be such a tiny piece of the equation. You are so much more, we are all so much more than the one or two causes that we support. For instance, I must post maybe one meme or the like on Facebook for every 100 positive. One meme is addressing somebody's pain, George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, and the like, versus 100 positive memes. I'm not abandoning my view that our thoughts become things. I'm not believing that I am so vulnerable that me drawing attention to a brother or sister's suffering is going to take my whole entire ship down. I'm not of the position that, hey, we all create our own reality, and if you're in pain, you have lessons to learn because we live in a world of perfect order. So I'm going to go and pick cherries all day long while my neighbor's house burns down. It's like these are not microscopic. These are small aberrations to the normal view of our thriving in the jungles of time and space. And if you can do it with a glad heart, you're doing it because you're motivated by love, then all of a sudden you're not down in someone else's pain. You're like, hey, I want to give you a hand up because I need a hand up. We all need a hand up. And helping somebody doesn't lower your energy. Remember, as I've shared before, the law of resonance states that when there are multiple parties involved, generally two or more, the natural tendency is for the higher resonance to bring up those of a lower vibration. Now, we can look for examples where we don't see this happening or where sheer masses of negativity will drown out a positive person. But this doesn't mean don't try, and this doesn't mean don't go and lend a hand to somebody else. View service as a joy. You get to help somebody else. Let your focus be about their improvement, not their pain, their comeuppance and their comeback, if you will, rather than the fact that they're being lost. And then, of course, continue to enjoy your own amazing life. My other 99 posts on Facebook or Instagram are about our thoughts becoming things, are about our eternal nature, are about all these things. Don't feel vulnerable. Don't think that I've lost sight of what's going on because I'm pointing to someone else's pain. By doing this, we all get to kind of pitch in, become aware, go fund them, make their cause and their plight knowable. This is very kind of antiquated, but if you lived in the time of slavery right now, and there was Facebook back then, Would you only ever post about life's beauty and your power? Or would you sometimes say, hey, you know, what's going on down there, downtown or across town, is not serving anybody and we can do better? That's not being political. That's not losing sight of our power. That's being grounded in truth to such a degree that we realize that when one person suffers, we all suffer. And if we can lift that person up, we all get raised higher. So it's not that I'm getting political. It's not that I'm focusing all of my energy on the suffering of others in the world. And I would invite others to realize that there is room to make a difference while we simultaneously pursue our bliss and our joy. End of the soapbox. All right, everybody, have an amazing week. Post your questions below on anything under the sun. I can't wait to answer them later on this week. Until then, have a great Monday. Hey, Elaine and Alexandra and Lynn and Winnie, and on Facebook, AK and Esby. Glad you're here. Thank you so much, Henry. Have an amazing week and an amazing Monday, everybody. Tally.